Contestant John Childers. It's time. It's time. John Childers.
Dad, it's almost time. What? It was just yesterday. You were that little girl with pigtails and a cowgirl dress. Do you remember? And today, a beautiful young lady in a long white dress getting ready to walk down the aisle. Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Time, where does it go? I remember she was 4 years old. And I took her to the daddy-daughter date night. And she was so little, I picked her up. And we danced. And we danced. And I told her, when you get bigger, I'm going to tell you a secret. What was the name of that song? Daddy's Little Girl. How does it go? What are the words? You're the end of the rainbow, my pot of gold. Oh, I was searching for that pot of gold back then. I was climbing that corporate ladder of success. I was going to graduate school at night. I was working overtime. I was working swing shift. I was climbing that ladder rung by rung, searching for that pot of gold. Little did I realize then, I already had it. Your daddy's little girl to heaven to hold. Bedtime was special. I put the girls to bed. We read a book. And we say a prayer. And then we get down the floor and we play airplane. I had one girl on my right arm and one on the left, and the plane would go to the right, and then it would go to the left, and it would go back to the right, and then hit turbulence, and the plane would shake and shake and shake. And we would laugh and we'd giggle and we had so much fun. A precious gem is what you are, your mommy's bright and shining star. My wife was a teacher, but she took time off when the kids were born. We had a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a newborn. Life was crazy busy back then. But I remember the day that someone came up to my wife and said, "Oh, so you don't work anymore." Wrong comment. I think the answer was something like, "You try taking care of a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a newborn, and then you tell me you don't work anymore." You're the spirit of Christmas, my star on the tree. Christmas is a great time for our family. But I remember my favorite Christmas. We had gotten transferred from Chicago to Cleveland. And we had just bought a house. And we were going back to Chicago on Christmas Eve day. We didn't make it. We got snowed in South Bend, Indiana. The snow was coming down, and it was piling up. And I'm white-knuckling, trying to see through the windshield wipers. And then they shut down the Indiana Turnpike. They shut it down. We made it to a hotel. We got one of the last 2 rooms, and I can remember the 5 of us walking in. I'm thinking to myself, man, it's Christmas. We're here for 2 days. It's just the 5 of us. We don't have the presents. We don't have the decorations. We don't have anything. That Christmas, I found out we had everything we truly needed. You're the Easter bunny to Mommy and me. Then I had to start to travel on my job. But I remember the favorite part. Whenever I could, I'd bring one of the kids with me on a trip. We went to San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Mobile, Alabama. And it was just that special time when we could bond. The dad and the daughter. Your sugar, your spice. Then the dating years came. I didn't have gray hair until then. But I remember one in particular. She was going steady with him. And then all of a sudden, he started treating her really nasty, really mean. And she'd come home and she'd be in tears. And we'd talk and she'd cry. He was making my daughter cry. I got a chance to make her lunch one day. And I took a napkin and wrote something on it. Put it in a lunchbox. When she got to school that day, she told me later that she opened up her lunchbox and she saw a note from Dad. And she thought, oh, it probably says I love you. Hang in there, it'll get better. When she opened it up, she saw what I had written. On one side, a picture of a dump truck. And the other side, 2 words, dump him. Yeah. Along the way, she kissed some frogs, but tonight, she found her prince. You're everything nice. Dad, it's time. Wow, it is. We've gone from dancing at the daddy-daughter date night to walking you down the aisle as a bride. So my prayer for you is this. Godspeed on your journey through life together, and may you both love each other unconditionally. When you were just a little girl, I told you I had a secret. That pot of gold is not money. It's right here. It's your family. It's your friends. It's the love that you share and the memories that you make that will last a lifetime. That's the treasure. That's the secret. You're right, sweetheart. It is time. But remember, I still have one more dance. And your daddy's little girl